Hi fellow beaders. Well, it's another Bead Stash Sunday. So I've got a really fun project for you today. It's actually really simple and it's right here around my neck, and it's a necklace and very simple, made with two bead types, some fire polish and some 11/0s. So I'll give you a close-up of it in just a second. I know you couldn't really see it too well, but kind of looks really super fancy and blinged out. And I really like it. I hope you guys like it too. It's just a fun project that'll make up very quickly for you. Okay, so let me give you that close-up. Okay, so as I said, here's the close-up of the necklace. The beads that I'm using are 4mm fire polish. And the color that I'm using is half labrador crystal for the 4mm fire polish. And this necklace was 16 inches and I ended up using 160 fire polish. So I worked it out that you need 10 4mm fire polish beads per inch, or what is that, like every 2.5 centimeters. So that's what you need. I also have 11/0s. So the ones that I'm using are TOHOs, and the color is called Aligned Colonial Gray Crystal, and it's number 288. So if you are looking for that, then that's what those two colors are. And here is the bracelet. It's the necklace. And we're using tri-stitch. That's a stitch that we're doing. I've done a couple other projects with this stitch. I like it a lot. I like the way it works up quickly, and you end up getting a really nice looking piece. Now the other nice thing is that you can always make a bracelet using the same technique. You just make it shorter, and if I show you over here, I added a bead between my between these sets of 3. So I added one 11/0. So you would have to do that on both sides for the bracelet, as opposed to doing it on just one side. Or actually you can even skip that whole step and you just get a really supple bracelet. So you don't have to add the bead in. So the whole purpose of adding the bead in was to help create the drape for the necklace. So let's get started. To begin, go ahead and pick up 3 of your 4mm fire polish and 3 11/0s and do so in an alternating order. Bring them down to the end of your thread and go ahead and tie a knot. So just overhead knot, kind of typical of what I usually do in my videos. And so let's see, there we go, one more little loop and done. Now go and pull the knot into the closest fire polish, and we're going to go and through the beads once more to reinforce them. Now you need to exit out of a fire polish. It doesn't matter which one of the 3 at this point. And we're going to make our loop for the clasp. So go ahead and pick up 8 of the 11/0 beads and go back around that fire polish. And you get a nice little loop. We're going to go ahead and reinforce this about 3 times. Lost my work there. And so I just went through first half of the bead, so I'm going through the second group of 8. Well, in the group of 8, the second set of the 4. And once more, since this is where the jump rings are going to go, you want to make sure that this is really, really secure. And almost done here. Okay, so now we need to get into position to add more beads. So I'm just going to turn the work, and easier for me to work going upwards. So you want to go through 11-0 and the fire polish that's closest to the loop we made, and we want to go into this one over here. So it's a circle, so you don't want to go, you just want to follow the thread path that we've created. So now you're going to pick up an 11-0 fire polish, 11-0 fire polish, and one more 11-0. So you should have 3 11-0s and 2 fire polish. And we're going to go back around the fire polish. And this is what you should get. And I'm just turning the work once more. Go through the 11-0 and the fire polish. And just to show you where we're at. Now, you go through one more. So you want to come out of this bottom one here. Well, it's not really bottom, but as we add. So now pick up fire polish, or sorry, 11-0 fire polish, 11-0, another fire polish, and then 11-0. So you're always going to be picking up 2 fire polish and 3 11-0s, and you're going to go back around our fire polish here. And you want to make sure there's no slack in the thread. So this is what your piece should look like. And basically this is all you're going to be doing for a while until you kind of get the length you need. So let me show you again. You start here and you want to get over there, but you actually have to kind of follow the circle that you've created. So you go through an 11-0 and a fire polish, and then another 11-0 and fire polish. As I said before, this is called tri-stitch, and it's very similar to doing right angle weave. The only difference is that you're starting with less beads. So right angle weave is based on beads of 4. Tri-stitch is based on sets of 3. Okay, so one more time. 11-0 fire polish, 11-0 fire polish, 11-0, and we go back around. And that's it. See? Really easy. So now we're going to go back, want to exit out of this fire polish. We're coming out of this one, you follow the thread path, and this is the one you're adding to. So here we go again. All right, go ahead and continue on your own until you get the desired length. Alright, so once you've created the necklace to the desired length that you want, what you want to do is create a loop just like this one over on this side. And you want to make sure that you're coming out of one of the top beads. You want to just make sure that your necklace is straight and that it's going to match up. They're just going to be similar. So once you've done that and you're coming out of a fire polish, you're going to pick up 8 11-0s, and we're going to go back around those same 11-0s, and then I'm going to go through them to reinforce them. So at this point I'm not adding any more beads. I just got these 8 11-ohs and I'm going to reinforce my loop. If this is where I'm adding my clasp, I'm going to make sure that this is nice and strong. And just doing it once more. So I've done it, this is my 3rd time through. And there it is. My loop is ready. Now for this next part, I want to exit out of the 11-oh way over here. So to get there, I'm just going to follow the thread path. So now I'm going to go through this next set of 3 beads. 11-oh, fire polish 11-oh, then through this fire polish, and now I'm back where I need to be, or I'm exactly where I need to be. I guess it is going backwards. So now this is going to be the really simple part. Make sure your necklace is not twisted. Lay it out flat. Pick up 1 11-oh and go through the next 3 beads. So that would be 11-oh, fire polish, 11-oh. So you're going to bring that part together, and then you're going to repeat, and you're going to continue this until you get to the end of the necklace. So once more, I picked up an 11-oh, and I'm going to go through these next 3. Just like that, 1 11-oh, and my 3 beads. So you can see what I'm doing. All right, here is the finished piece. As you can see, the drape comes out quite nice. One thing to watch out for is you may get some puckering, and if that happens, what you want to do is actually use 2 beads. It just means that you've probably woven a little bit tighter, or actually looser, so your weaving was maybe a little bit looser, so you have actually space for an extra 2 beads. So instead of adding 1 bead like I did, you can add 2. And some of this will also depend on the type of bead you're using, so the type of seed bead you're using. That too could make a difference, because you know, Mayukis are a little bit smaller, and then even different finishes within the same brand of bead could also be different. And the last thing I did was to tie off. All you're going to do is tie half-inch knots inside the circles here, and then add your clasp. So just a couple of jump rings and my clasp. So that is it, and there's our necklace. Well, this was a really quick tutorial, and you got a really beautiful necklace out of it, so I hope you guys are able to do this, and I'll see you next time.